Today is Thursday, June 15th. I'm Terrence Friday with your digital brief. Let's take a look at the top stories of the day. Oakland County commissioners are coming together to support their community. 2 years ago, 4 students in Oxford lost their lives to senseless gun violence. Our Alicia Bergio shows us 2 new anti-violence programs that are in place.
For years, Oakland County commissioners have been working to find ways to keep the community safe. After the tragedy that unfolded here at Oxford High School in 2021, they put into place 2 programs, part of an anti-violence initiative. Programs they feel are a step in the right direction.
Trying to do something other than thoughts and prayers.
November 30th, 2021, a day time stood still. A tragedy in Oxford, leaving only memories of 4 students who were killed by gun violence.
We have started to really try to do something about it.
Oakland County Board of Commissioners Vice Chair Marsha Gershenson says during the aftermath of the shooting, commissioners met with survivors to learn how Oakland County can show its support.
We asked them, what can we do for you? And they suggested a gun buyback.
Last September, the Board of Commissioners, along with 7 law enforcement agencies in Oakland County, collaborated to host a gun buyback. They collected more than 350 weapons, including 5 assault rifles.
It was the first one. It was enormously successful. Gun buybacks don't often decrease crime, but they take guns off the street. And those are the guns that people inherit, or they're in their basement, they don't know what to do with them. And very often there's accidental shootings, as we hear almost every day.
The gun buyback, one of 2 programs, part of Oakland County's anti-violence initiative. The second, crisis intervention training.
A program that was started to train all the officers on how to handle mental health issues.
Nearly $500,000 was put towards this program. Since the start of 2023, the Oakland Community Health Network has trained 81 officers from 13 different agencies.
We need to try to find ways to lower the violence in our communities, and it's just a challenging problem. But we do feel by having some initiatives, we're taking a step in the right direction. We're not just talking the talk. We're really trying to implement changes.
Gershenson says it comes down to prevention.
We're not trying to take your guns away. We're just trying to educate people about how important it is to store your guns safely so accidents don't happen.
Reporting in Oxford, Alicia Bergio, CBS News Detroit.
And 2 more crisis intervention trainings for Oakland County police officers are scheduled in September and October of this year. The city of Detroit is investing $10 million into a new community-based program to cut down on violence. This comes as the city has been amongst the most violent in the country. Kelly Vaughn has more on the Shot Stopper teams working with residents.
Each of the 6 groups is responsible for reducing homicides and shootings in their own 3.5 to 4.5 square mile area. Now, exactly how they go about doing that is up to them.
Go back into the neighborhood where you have the most power, influence, and leverage.
Ray Winans is the CEO and founder of Detroit Friends and Family, one of the 6 Shot Stoppers organizations.
We're in the 48224, and we're doing cross neighborhood with the 48205.
He says their group has a prevention and intervention strategy. They'll focus on mentoring, transportation support, and working with families in a multi-generational model to prevent violence. And if violence does happen, they're so deeply embedded in their community that they can be there for support.
Just knowing that, hey, this is a guy that I see in the neighborhood. These are guys that have been to prison. These are guys that have worked with my brothers and them. And we're just sending a simple message. Here's an opportunity for you to get out that life.
Each of the 6 groups will be given $175,000 a quarter to execute their crime prevention strategy, with opportunities for bonuses if their area's violence rates drop below the city's as a whole. The Shot Stopper groups say much of their work isn't new, but this major financial support is.
And we have the resources to do that. But we're not waiting on the city to come out and do it for us.
Sandra Turner Hardy is the lead for the Denby Neighborhood Alliance.
We have to teach our young people and our residents that crime is not normal. Living in crime is not normal. When you hear gunshots and it don't bother you, that's not normal behavior.
She says their group will work on education as well as removing blight and boarding up vacant houses.
Getting our residents to invest in real radio patrols on the ground, getting them invested in, we have a lot of vacant land, getting them invested in adopting lots to make sure there's no illegal dumping.
To measure the success of the Shot Stoppers program, the city will be comparing homicide and shooting rates of each quarter to the rates from the year before. Now, if the City Council approves the plans, which they say they expect to do, these strategies will go into effect on July 1st. Reporting for CBS News Detroit, I'm Kelly Vaughn.
Wayne State University is celebrating Juneteenth in a way it hasn't done before. New this year, the university is hosting a performing arts showcase featuring live music, dance, and an art installation. CBS News Detroit's Lauren Winfrey gives us a look at the celebration from the university's campus.
It's a week-long celebration of Blackness and Black art.
I think that art plays such a significant role in the African American community.
And when you walk inside Wayne State's undergraduate library, you'll see lots of it.
We express from our soul, and so I thought that we should have a focus on that this year.
Twanye Nat Sims is a program coordinator at Wayne State University and sits on the university's Juneteenth Planning Committee.
We want to include everyone in this celebration, and we want to educate people as well.
A part of that education is helping students understand what Juneteenth commemorates.
Acknowledgement of this holiday is acknowledgement that we were once enslaved in this country.
Juneteenth is the country's second Independence Day of sorts. The holiday marks the date the last enslaved people in the U.S. learned they were free on June 19th of 1865. The positive depictions of Blackness, the music, and the sharing of Black stories helps turn an ugly history on its head as we reflect on how far we've come and celebrate the future that lies ahead. Reporting at Wayne State University, Lauren Winfrey, CBS News, Detroit.
All right, definitely looks to be worth checking out. Time now for a check of that forecast. We're going to send it over to next weather meteorologist Kylie Miller to see how things are shaping up.
Well, today it's going to be soggy for the afternoon and a little bit stormy, too. We're going to be monitoring some isolated storms that could go strong to severe. The primary threats are going to be some cloud ground lightning. We have the potential for some hailstones about to an inch in diameter, and we're going to continue to monitor some strong gusty winds underneath some of these storms. But regardless, today it is going to be a little bit rainy. Temperatures staying in the 70s. Tomorrow, a dry day. Temperatures will max out in the middle 70s. Then we're going to be back into the 80s starting this weekend, and the 80s will hold into the start of next week. For Father's Day weekend, mostly sunny to completely sunny sky conditions. A little bit more cloud cover for Monday on Juneteenth. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, and summer begins on Wednesday. We'll have a high temperature of 80 degrees for the afternoon. Terrence?
Kylie, thanks. That's going to do it for today's Digital Brief. For weather, news, and sports, we're covering it all for you here on CBS News Detroit. We're streaming live on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.